Trying to scrape up a down payment for a little fixer-upper in your neighborhood? Take a look at my next guest. There's a report around Wall Street that this is what he has in mind. This is Donald Trump, 33 years old, and some people think that he wants to buy the World Trade Center.
The show, I said you either love him or you hate him. Now, do you find that that's true, or does everybody love you, or does everybody hate you?
Well, most people love me, and a few really have great distaste for me.
Donald Trump, as I say, is just 33 years old. He took his father's rather modest by current standards real estate empire in Brooklyn and expanded it considerably. He now has an apartment for sale in a new Trump building called the Trump Tower. $11 million altogether. But it's going to be expensive. Apartments in New York City alone, one bedroom, not very large at all, $650 a month. That's tough for the working class, isn't it?
And that's actually now a very low price. In fact, if you have any of them available, I'd like to...
I know where I can sell 1,000 of them at that price.
Right.
Actually, that is a low price.
That's really a very low price.
What happens to some of the old buildings in the inner cities that are works of art? You were recently the object of a lot of controversy because you destroyed some sculptures on a building that you bought that the Metropolitan Art Museum wanted. Why did you have those destroyed, first of all, and what happens to the...
Not worth, as an art building or an Art Deco building, it really was not worth very much.
Everything else they own, and they'll go into business, and they shouldn't necessarily be in business. Not everybody is meant to be a business person. Life is sort of a pretty short experience, and you have to maintain some kind of an equilibrium, and the way I maintain that is to work. And I enjoy what I do, I love what I do, and I hope I do it well. And so I just keep going forward, Dan, and it's so far it's paid off.
Are you smarter than most people? How much are you worth right now as you're sitting right here?
Zero idea, David. It depends on what's happening with the world and the market. But the $1 million for each person in the audience sounds like it could be an intriguing idea.
Yeah.
What would you do differently, Donald?
I'd make our allies pay their fair share, because you can't keep going on losing $200 billion, and yet we let Japan come in and dump everything right into our markets and everything. It's not free trade. If you ever go to Japan right now and try to sell something, forget about it, Open. Just forget about it. They are beating the hell out of this country. Hey, I have tremendous respect for the Japanese people, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country. Making other people live like kings, and we're not. Why aren't they paying us 25% of what they're making? It's a joke. Kuwait, they live like kings. The poorest person in Kuwait, they live like kings.
Casinos. How many casinos do you own?
We have 4 casinos.
4 casinos.
I'll talk to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not. But I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination.
You're unquestionably one of the most successful men in the country, if not the world, and also one of the wealthiest.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined, I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience feels, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing, this country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
$1 billion. You're worth $1 billion?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Donald Trump, the multi-millionaire real estate developer, is sounding more like a politician these days than America's most grandiose and controversial builder. When he disagrees with a matter of policy, he does it in a big way.
Could you have done it without your father as a support system, both emotionally and financially? Did he help you out when
The
you were
emotional
starting?
was very important. I learned a lot from my father.
Are you a Republican, Donald?
I'm a Republican, yes. This is a great country.
Somebody came in and said, Don, we got some bad news. Woo! That's 7-Eleven in Akron. Well, what?
Hopefully, David, I wouldn't be in a position where I'd have to take that kind of...
I know that. I know. We're just pretending.
I just want to tell you that...
You act like you're running for something.